Hello everyone, welcome to the U.S. Immigration. In a groundbreaking shift that could reshape the future of skilled immigration to the United States, the Trump administration has announced plans to eliminate the H-1B visa lottery system and replace it with a merit-based selection process that prioritizes higher-paid workers and specialized skills. This represents one of the most significant changes to the H-1B program in decades, affecting hundreds of thousands of foreign workers and the companies that employ them. The move has sparked intense debate among tech companies, immigration advocates, and policy experts about what this means for America's ability to attract global talent. If you are interested in this topic and liking this video, please stay tuned until end of the video. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now, let's get into the video. In a recent development that has sent shockwaves through the tech industry and beyond, the Department of Homeland Security has proposed ending the random lottery system that has governed H-1B visa allocation since the program's inception. According to sources familiar with the proposal, the new system would rank applicants based on their offered salaries and skill levels, with those commanding higher wages receiving priority in the selection process. Officials argue that this change will ensure that H-1B visas go to the most talented and highly skilled workers rather than being distributed by chance. The administration claims the current lottery system has been exploited by staffing companies that flood the system with applications, reducing the chances for legitimate employers seeking top-tier talent. What makes this case different is the scale of its potential impact. The H-1B program currently caps new visas at 85,000 annually, with 20,000 reserved for workers holding advanced degrees from U.S. institutions. Under the existing lottery system, USCIS receives hundreds of thousands of applications each year, often exceeding 300,000 petitions for those 85,000 available slots. This means that even highly qualified candidates face odds as low as 20 to 30% of being selected, regardless of their credentials or the salary they've been offered. The randomness of the process has long frustrated employers who argue they cannot reliably plan their workforce needs when hiring decisions depend on luck rather than merit. The proposed wage-based selection system would fundamentally alter this dynamic. Immigration experts note that under the new framework, applications would be ranked according to the prevailing wage level associated with each position. The Department of Labor recognizes 4 wage levels for occupations, with level 4 representing the highest expertise and compensation. Reports suggest that positions offering level 3 and level 4 wages would receive priority processing, while entry-level positions at level 1 wages might face significantly reduced chances of selection. This means that companies offering higher salaries for specialized roles would have a much greater likelihood of securing visas for their preferred candidates, while positions at lower wage levels could struggle to obtain approval. However, before jumping to conclusions, it's important to understand who will be affected by these changes. The new system would have the most significant impact on several distinct groups. First, entry-level workers and recent graduates would face the steepest challenges, as positions offering lower wages would rank at the bottom of the priority list. Many international students who graduate from U.S. universities with bachelor's or master's degrees often start in positions classified at level 1 or level 2 wages, and under the new system, their chances of securing H-1B status could diminish substantially. Second, staffing and consulting companies that have historically filed large volumes of applications would see their success rates plummet as many of their positions fall into lower wage categories. Third, small and medium-sized businesses that cannot afford to offer the highest salaries might struggle to compete against tech giants and multinational corporations with deeper pockets. In practical terms, this shift could reshape the entire landscape of skilled immigration. To put this in perspective, consider a software engineer position at a major tech company in San Francisco, offering an annual salary of $150,000, which would likely qualify as a level 3 or level 4 wage. Under the new system, this application would receive priority over a business analyst role at a consulting firm offering $70,000 annually, even if both candidates possess comparable educational backgrounds and skills. Legal analysts suggest this creates a direct correlation between financial resources and immigration access, potentially excluding talented individuals whose skills are valuable but don't command top-tier salaries in the current market. The administration claims several justifications for this overhaul. Officials argue that the current lottery system fails to serve American interests because it doesn't distinguish between varying levels of talent and expertise. They contend that prioritizing higher-paid positions ensures that H-1B visas support truly specialized workers rather than serving as a general employment authorization for foreign workers in fields where Americans could fill the roles. Additionally, proponents point out that wage-based selection would reduce the incentive for companies to gain the system by submitting multiple applications for the same individual, a practice that has artificially inflated application numbers and reduced odds for legitimate petitions. Despite these justifications, critics have raised substantial concerns. Advocacy groups warn that equating salary with skill ignores regional wage variations and creates arbitrary barriers for workers in important but lower-paying fields such as healthcare, education, and non-profit research. Immigration experts note that a fresh graduate with a doctorate in artificial intelligence might initially earn less than a level 4 wage, but could represent exactly the type of innovative talent America should prioritize. Furthermore, opponents argue that the new system could exacerbate inequality by favoring applicants from wealthy backgrounds who can afford to wait for higher-paying opportunities, while those with financial pressures must accept lower-wage positions quickly. Beyond the immediate selection process, the administration has indicated that additional scrutiny measures may accompany the wage-based system. Reports suggest that USCIS may increase site visits to employers, require more extensive documentation of job duties, and impose stricter standards for proving that positions genuinely require a specialized knowledge. Processing times, which currently average 3 to 6 months for standard H-1B petitions, could potentially lengthen if additional verification steps are implemented. The agency has also signaled intentions to crack down on what it considers abuse, including benching practices where sponsored workers are not immediately assigned to projects in situations where actual job duties do not match the specialty occupation requirements stated at the petition. What this translates to for current applicants and visa holders is, well, significant uncertainty. Those on optional practical training who are planning to transition to H-1B status should prepare for the possibility that entry-level positions may no longer provide a viable pathway. Employers will need to reconsider their compensation strategies, potentially offering higher salaries to ensure their preferred candidates can compete in the new system. However, it remains to be seen whether the proposed changes will survive legal challenges, as several immigration advocacy organizations have indicated plans to contest the rule in federal court, arguing that it exceeds the administration's regulatory authority and contradicts congressional intent in establishing the H-1B program. In addition to these changes, the broader context suggests this is part of a comprehensive effort to restrict various immigration pathways. While there have been some modifications to other temporary work visa categories, the H-1B overhaul represents the most dramatic restructuring. The real question is whether this approach will achieve its stated goals of improving program integrity and ensuring visas go to the highest skilled workers, or whether it will simply reduce opportunities for talented individuals while failing to address underlying economic and workforce challenges. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration Hub channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H-1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, E1, E2, E3, EB4, and F5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, for more U.S. immigration update videos,